Hi, my name is Josh Payton, and I'm the president of the Veteran Golfers Association. I would like to take a moment to personally welcome you to our VGA family. As a VGA member, you will have access to over 300 local golf tournaments per year to compete against other veterans and their family members. Additionally, you will have the opportunity, like thousands of other VGA members nationwide, to qualify for our national championship each fall. This experience would not be possible without our sponsors and the tireless dedication of hundreds of volunteer state and regional VGA directors on your behalf. So please thank them for their hard work when you get the chance to do so. Although the VGA is a competitive golf league, the spirit of this organization is more about camaraderie than it is the competition. I would like to wish you the best of luck on your quest to become a VGA champion, but more importantly, I encourage you to meet new battle buddies along the way. While you're out on the golf course with other VGA members, take an opportunity to shake their hands and thank them for their service, like I'm taking this opportunity to thank you for yours. Again, welcome to our VGA golfing family. It truly is more than just a game.
Hi, and welcome to the final day of the 2024 Armed Forces Cup. Our format is simple: 5 teams representing the 5 branches of the United States Armed Forces. 10 players have earned their way to be on each of those teams. We have 2 days of single matches, and each match is worth 1 point. The team with the most points at the end of this day is the winner of the Armed Forces Cup. We're at the beautiful Champions Retreat in Augusta, Georgia. 27 holes of golf designed by some of our greatest champions: Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus. Our play today will be finishing on the Nicklaus 9, also known as the Bluff. And as we head into our coverage, it's very tight. I remember last year we had a playoff. This year, currently, Air Force and Army are tied at 7 points. Air Force and Army are tied at 7 points. Navy just a 1.5 back with 5.5 points. The Marines at 4.5 points, and the Coast Guard with 4 points. And the action is going to be fierce. And I'm joined by Joe Cayley, co-founder of the Veteran Golfers Association, also a member here. Joe is United States Army medically retired and board member of the VGA. Joe, great to be with you again today as we cover this amazing event that you guys at the VGA have done an unbelievable job of putting it together.
Well, yes, thank you, Charlie, for having me on with you today, and welcome everybody. Action's already started this morning, and we got players out on the tee box right now. As Charlie said, the points are close. It's going to come down to these last few teams here at the finish. So, Charlie, what are you seeing here?
Ooh. Well, this is the 15th hole. That was Michael Hedren, and you could tell he didn't like that. It's par 4. The signature hole here on the Nicklaus 9 has got water all up the right-hand side in trouble. It looks like that Michael found that. Beautiful par 4. You got to place your tee ball up the left-hand side, then you play over the creek that guards the left-hand side of the green. So one way or another, you got to deal with this creek here at 15.
True. And on the tee, we have Tim Oakley, which is the Team Army captain from Alexandria, Virginia.
Looks like he's going with a hybrid there. I like it. He got plenty of power. Got to get that ball in the fairway. Good swing. You look a little anxious about it.
A little smile.
I had a chance to chat with him yesterday. Boy, he's a lot of fun. He loves playing golf. He probably plays as much golf as any one of your 23,000 members of the Veteran Golfers Association.
He does. You know, so you remember, Charlie, he told us that he was kind of nursing a little injury that he couldn't lift his left arm over his head. So
he did say he'd have enough strength to lift that trophy up, though.
He did that. He did say that.
Now, this is Bryce Hayden. Currently 2 down in his match to Tim Oakley. Going with that driver. I like it. Got it teed up high. Guy got good contact. He's looking a little right. I'm guessing that ball found the fairway. There it is. Yeah. Boy, that's one thing about this hole. If you get it close to that creek without going in, it gives you a lot easier angle for that second shot. Yeah, there's a look at the green. Beautiful piece of property you guys have here. I know you love calling this your home golf course. You live just a few minutes outside the gates here.
That's correct. And it's just neat to see some spectators, some local veterans walking the course.
Well, we've got a little bit of an update. Our system just let us know that Tim Oakley's actually 3 up on Bryce Hayden. And the other twosome in this group of 4, 2 matches in each group. Michael Hendren is currently 1 up over Justin Gamet. Yeah, there's a look at this hole. I love getting that drone up. Man, it is beautiful. Yes. I can see why it's a signature hole. The creek work there, absolutely beautiful. Small green too, Joe.
It is, and pretty good pin location. It's going to be challenging.
Well, there's Michael Hendren. We got there a little late. I'm assuming his ball went in that penalty area. He's playing his 3rd. And you can see it's going to leave a long 4th. He stomped on that gas like he was angry. I guess, and he probably is a little.
Yeah, he was ready to get down on the ball. Ooh.
And now Tim Oakley. He might be laying up from back here. Looked like he didn't hit a very good tee ball.
Oh. This camera angle makes it look like he barely cleared the 4 tees, but he's probably 50, 75 yards past it. Okay.
Yeah, he just kind of chipped it down there. So he'll be a little bit out of position. Being 3 up in his match over Bryce. He not feeling a lot of stress right now. I asked him yesterday, I said, how'd you play? He said, I played horrible. I said, did you win? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, I don't want to hear about it. A W is a W. That's the thing about these matches. And you could go out and have the best day of your life, Joe, and lose the match. You could go out and have the worst day of your life and win the match. You just never know. Match play is kind of fickle like that. It's also, I think, probably the most fun way to play the game and compete.
Yes. Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of Josh Payton or VGA president and fellow co-founder. How we met was in the match play type event, and we enjoyed the nerves and the the challenge, and we did not enjoy the agony of defeat. But you know what? We wanted to create something to replicate that, for our fellow veterans. Bryce
Hayden. Coast Guard. They're supposed to like the water, but not on the golf course, right?
Exactly.
Now Justin Gamet. He's got a good swing here. Check out this speed. Looks like Tim Oakley's going to play first. Checking that GPS watch. Man, that's something. If I was a kid, you told me, you're going to have this watch on your wrist that tells you how far you got all the time. Keep score, order pizza, whatever you want to do on that thing. I said, you're crazy. It's amazing how much tech we have in this game now. Oh, he didn't like it. Kind of scooped it a little bit. You can tell by that reaction, that ball's probably not dry.
Uh-oh.
Now back to Justin Gamet. Boy, that's an excellent golf swing. Very well.
Holding that finish.
Yeah.
Up on the green. Great shot. We can say great shot because it's the only ball on the green at this moment.
Well, he's got a shot to exactly. He's got a shot to close this match out. Wynn gets him 4 up with 3 to play, and that's known as game over right there.
That is.
I don't even think I could screw up 4 up with 3 to play. All right, now Michael Hendren. Remember, he drove it poorly, took a penalty stroke, laid up to here. I'm doing the math. That's 1 in, 2 out, 3 up, 4 on. He'll have that for bogey.
Looks like his ball came to rest and uphill backside of the far end of the green. So, but he's over. So that's good.
Might have a little bit of a scoring snafu. We'll get you updated on this here in a minute. We got Gamet actually at 1 up over Hendren. I'm gonna dig into our graphics machine back there and fix that. I got a little, Leatherman, with a tool, and I've got both kind of screwdrivers on there. The flat one and the other one that's like a star. Yeah, I've got that. So I'm really kind of handy around graphics machines and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see how this.
I could fix anything. I bet you could fix everything, Joe.
I've been known to have to fix a lot of things.
Yeah, yes. I am pitiful.
Oh, what kind of drop was that?
That was, I don't really care. I'm just putting this one in play. I'm chopping it around on this hole. But I'm 3 up, so I really don't care, as Tim Oakley is saying to himself. I've lost track of how many this is for him. I think he had a tee ball. He laid up. He went in the water. He dropped. He took a penalty shot, and now he's hitting this one. Well, there we go, and that one's a little bit over. They're not playing their best golf on this. So it's like watching 2 toothless men in a rib-eating contest, Joe. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's a great analogy. Oh, there's a tee shot just come across the screen here.
Hurry up, guys. Let's go. We got to get to the closing ceremony shot from somebody behind.
Or, as we would like to say, folks that understand pace of play.
That's one way to speed them up. They're not playing slow. They're just playing a lot. That's 2 different things.
Okay. There's a big difference there. Okay.
Yeah, big difference. Not seeing a vest golf from these 2 on this hole. But that's all right. I learned a long time ago, just because you're not playing good golf doesn't mean you're a bad person.
That's right. Well, interesting. This group, this foursome, no one has decided to go with the towel on the belt loop.
Well, thank goodness, because we lit them up yesterday. If you have a friend or a loved one playing golf with a towel attached to their belt loop or hanging from their back pocket, do them a favor and just tell them don't do that. Nice play there from Michael Hendren.
Uh-oh. Somebody's going down to the creek to fish one out.
It's not the best time of year in Augusta, Georgia to be spending time in a creek bed. No. You know what I mean?
No. Maybe his favorite ball. Is that Tim Oakley?
Yeah, he hit his 3rd in there.
Yeah.
Or maybe his 4th, or it could have been his 5th. I'm losing count.
There's Bryce down there doing the Coast Guard thing,
Yeah.
Close to water.
I better start being nice to Tim. He's bigger than me. He's hurt, though, so I'd stand a chance in a fight for about 3 seconds.
Just stay away from his left. Oh, great putt for that pin position.
Sometimes it's hard to find something positive to say, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah.
I mean, if this was a fight, they'd have called it.
So,
well, Justin Gammon's been playing some good golf on this hole.
Justin representing the United States Air Force, one up over Michael Hendren
of
the Marine Corps.
This is for birdie. I think he might actually be one down. We're going to get this figured out here in a bit. Either way, it's going to be a good birdie attempt. Is it conceded? No, that comes up way short. All right, back to the Coast Guard. Bryce Hayden. Well, pretty darn good putt right there. Not sure what that was for. I've lost count.
Wow. These guys have a lot of experience. Tim's been here. Bryce has been here. They're not conceding anything. Looks like both of them hit it to their go-to distance, so we'll see how they play the next shot.
All right, Michael Hendren, who is one down in this match. I got that graphics machine all tuned up now.
You did?
Yeah, well, we're good to go now.
Oh, you pour some water down the keyboard?
Excellent point. Yeah, well, it's peanut butter. It's generally peanut butter. You get peanut butter stuck in a laptop, it's not good. I know that from experience. Okay, now Justin Gammett. This has got to be to win the hole. Oh, not the best stroke there.
Oh.
And there's a little bit of meat left on that bone. Would you give that putt right there?
No. Being one down? No. I make him.
You're mean.
Wow. Not too many holes after this.
Now Eden just cleaning up. There we go.
Yeah. Like that abbreviated backstroke. Pause at the back.
I'm guessing they both kept it in single digits on this hole. Although we might need an audit and close. Now this for a bogey and the win.
Ah, good one.
Yep, Justin Gammett goes 2 up with 3 to play in his match. We're Michael Hendren and Tim Oakley. I got no idea what they did. I need a calculator to figure that out.
They played a lot.
All right, back up in the fairway. Who we got? Got some power right there.
That ball, the front third of the green. We'll have to be putting the ball up and let it slide. Oh, look at this shot here. That was a complete hip turn. I don't have that type of turn. Lowell, United States Navy.
Yeah, that's Lowell Crow.
I expected a little bit better from a naval officer. They got plenty of time to golf.
He is a one-up in his match against Nick Svoboda.
What I talked about, these naval officers.
See, you guys get after each other. I love it. I got to be nice to all of you because I'm pulling for all of you. But I really do love it when you give each other a hard time. Here's Howard Thurman. He gave me a hard time this morning.
He did.
And he said I called him old. I guess I did. I did that to myself, too. I was just commenting. By the way, he's played great golf today. He's already won his match 6-5 over Tim Melikoski. But no, Howard came over during breakfast. He said, you called me old last night. I said, well, you look for accuracy, right? He actually has one of those plungers on the end of his putter grip. And I've had a few back problems, and I never thought in my life that I would think something like that would be useful. And now I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get one of those plungers for my putter too. So that bottom of that hole is a lot farther down there than it used to be.
It's really neat to see Thurman walking the course. He's kind of got this little stride and, this little pep there. And as you said, he beat out Tim Melikoski today. And if folks recall last year's Armed Forces Cup here, Debbie Melikoski was playing, representing the United States Navy, and I believe she beat Howard Thurman. And Thurman has now gotten some revenge on the Melikoski.
League to some nice conversation.
Exactly.
That's great.
These folks are up there hunting.
Mm-hmm. Easter's come and gone. No time for an Easter egg hunt around here.
Shoot.
Somebody should have told them, so you're supposed to hit your golf ball where they mow the grass. Did y'all not go over that in the rules of the week?
They were able to ask that questions during their rules briefing.
Well, it looks like it's not that bad in there.
No. The good thing is, there's Travis Bryant, our VGA national champion, out there helping them, so that's good.
I'm going to have to check these guys for ticks when they come out of there.
I was going to say, hope they sprayed.
You always go, when you go in an area like that looking for a golf ball, you're looking for one, and you find three, and none of them are yours.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're like, well, should I be upset about that, or should I be happy about it? Because I've heard these golf balls are expensive, Joe.
They can be.
Yeah.
They can be. I get a break. I just take the ones off the range.
And
they say, they say Titleist and you practice on them. So,
right.
I'm out here practicing.
Yeah. And you still get a bill every month from the club, right? So they hadn't caught you yet.
No. Uh-oh.
All right, let's have a quick update. Overall standing, the Armed Forces Cup, Air Force looking great right now. They're at 9 points, one clear of Army with 8. Navy with 6.5 points. Marine Corps with 5.5 points. And Coast Guard with 5 points. So not a lot of matches left out on the golf course. So it's going to be tight at the top. A lot of pointing going on around here.
All righty. There's Lowell Crow.
Ball well above his feet. It's easy for this one to go left, Joe. Easy for this one to go left. Like he might have lost his balance a little bit. Well, that's another thing. You start getting a few years on you. I really struggle with that now. I get the ball either way above my feet or below my feet. Balance is something I always took for granted that It doesn't get any better the older you get. I can assure you that.
No, I totally agree. And you know what? Trying to play golf on one leg, balancing on just one foot, yeah, it's definitely a challenge for me. But you know what? It makes it fun. As long as when I make that great shot, the great contact, it's like, oh yeah, you know.
Well, that's the thing is about golf is it always gives you one little thing that gives you hope and brings you back next time, isn't it?
True.
Doesn't
Exactly.
it? Yeah.
So the one neat thing this year, and I know it's been helpful for us, or identifying these players, is the apparel that they're wearing. You know, thank you to Dunning and Greg Norman Golf, Apparel, for being able to produce this Fairway Viper clothing. Believe it or not, Josh Payton and I had an idea of like, wow, you know what? We should have some camouflage patterns made by actual military members, right? That kind of fit our brand. And, huge shout out to Dunning. And, ooh, there's a putt by Lowell Crow.
There you go.
And you can tell that blue and yellow apparel there, color, represent the United States Navy. So it looks good in that. Our U.S. Army is black with a gray, black camouflage stripe here.
I like that stripe down the back.
Ooh, he didn't stripe it down the hole though.
Yeah, it really is good gear that you guys came up with. Love the idea. It's got a great hang tag in it for the VGA and the back, and it has a really cool look to it, and a very very nice feel too, and especially the materials are great for warm weather, very breathable. Sure. I wish it had a little better slimming effect on me is the only thing I would ask for, but I'm not sure that's possible.
Okay, Tim Milikowski. I think he asked for a mulligan because it looked like he was trying to putt that again.
Well, they could ask, but his match is over. They're just kind of having a little fun messing around out there. Let's go back to the tee here at 15. And that is Tony Miller. And Tony's just hitting for fun. He has lost his match to Scott Widerholt. Scott won that match 6-5.
Oh, that's a great tee shot.
Nice
down
drive.
there.
Yeah, Tony probably could have used that a little bit earlier in the day. And now this is Scott Widerholt.
Yep, United States Air Force with a aim high blue color camouflage.
I'll tell you what, the gift package that y'all have put together for the participants and these matches really spectacular. And I know they take a lot of great pride in qualifying. You got to play a lot of good golf to get here and represent your branch. And it's nice to have some gear to take on the road with you.
That's right.
And it's gear that nobody else is going to see much of, which is really neat too.
That's right. Oh, this ball ended up left of the cart path, but still got a great view of the green. It's back there beyond the creek.
And this is James Sadler in a tight match with Matthew Bailey. This one is all square as we get here to the 15th.
Yeah.
Navy versus Coast Guard here. Ooh, a little pause there.
Oh, yeah, holding that finish.
So what is the, I'm not going to say bitterest, but the healthiest rivalry between the branches? What are the two that are the oil and water that just don't get along at all? Or is there a kind of a rivalry like that?
Probably the biggest is going to be the Army Navy. You know, obviously because you got the tradition of the Army Navy football game,
right?
Been going on forever, right?
Which was an incredible game this past season. I hung on every play of that game.
That's right. Just like the AFC last year, Army won that football game and the Armed Forces Cup. So in fact, West Point, the Golden Knights or Black Knights, whatever, they've won the last 2 Army Navy football games, and the Army team has won the last 2 Armed Forces Cups.
Well, I've been able to attend the Armed Forces Cup. This is my 3rd. I enjoy being here. Now, I've on my bucket list that Army Navy game. In fact, you asked me, well, what's any sporting event that you'd like to attend you've never been to? That Army Navy game looks to me like it would just be an incredible game to attend. Have you gone to that game?
I have. I've gone to the last 2. It's a huge honor. Now, I was not a service academy graduate, and so even in my career, I never really. I hate to say, I never really gave it so much of attention, right? And but once you get there on the grounds early in the morning, and then the cadets and the midshipmen are coming in by the bus loads,
The
and
pomp and circumstance.
yeah, exactly. You're like, oh wow, it's okay. And then the pregame with you got the Navy and the Army parachute teams coming in. Then you got 2 flyovers, right? And by both branches, and man, that gets you in the feels.
I'll bet.
It definitely does. And then you know what? As soon as kickoff comes, you're like, man, these guys are slow. It's not like the SEC football,
right? It's a little different. But
yeah, exactly. I'm like, man,
I get you, but the passion is certainly still there.
It is,
Yeah.
And then, so we've got approach shot to the green from Tony Miller. Oh,
well, and let's not forget this James Sadler and Matthew Bailey match. It's a tight match.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the coolest things I was able to attend is a presidential inaugural, and every branch of service represented there, along with all of the law enforcement and the full display of the United States federal government, the awesome power there for inaugural, and I was completely blown away. It was something that it was a great honor to be able to attend, and that's something I'll certainly never forget.
Yeah.
Now, this little bit of a hanging lie here. Going with that pause. Did he get all of it? It looked like it came out a little chunky.
He's watching it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So going back to the Army-Navy football game, the tradition that hang on. We'll get back to that in a second. Here we got Scott
Whiterholt.
Yep.
He's grinding on this one.
He is.
That's when you've won your match and the TV cameras are on you, that's when you know you're supposed to grind. Or anytime TV cameras are around.
Oh, I normally.
Uh-oh.
That thing.
Everything looked great until impact.
I normally grind real well when the beverage cart comes around.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, man, I made some hero shots for that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a little bit of an update on the scoring here. James Sadler's actually one up on Matthew Bailey. We apologize for that error. We use a system that's really cool called Golf Genius, where all the competitors, they download the Golf Genius app to their phone. They enter the scores, and sometimes they don't enter them as timely as we would wish, but that's an update there with James Sadler, one up over Matthew Bailey. That Golf Genius software is really nice for club events, and sometimes it's used in college events, junior events. It's kind of nice if you like following the leaderboard. You can see how you stand, everybody in the tournament field. It's really simple. I know a lot of golf courses and clubs use it. And again, something when I was a kid, I thought we would, if you'd told me we were going to have that thing, then I'd have said, you're crazy. I used to, in fact, I've got a big trunk at home of yardage books that I'd make from all the courses I played, tournaments growing up in the Carolinas, playing junior golf, college golf, and you'd actually get blank notebooks and make your own yardage books and pace all of the yardages yourself, and kind of grind it out. You'd find sprinkler heads didn't have numbers on there, or some courses would have 150-yard stones, or sometimes there were markers on tees, and it's kind of fun to go back and look at all those notes, and come out here today and see lasers and GPS and GPS on the cart and all of that. It's golf's come a long way. I don't know that anybody's played any better golf than they did back in the day, but there's certainly more technology. Boy, this is a tough shot right here. Tight.
Yeah.
Creek over
right
that creek.
Yep.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah,
What a
great
play
shot.
right there. I was about to put it on him and say he's living in Chili Dip City, but no chili dip there. Man, that was nice. Great play from James Sadler.
As we're waiting for the folks to walk up to the green to their balls. So back to the Army-Navy football game. At the conclusion, all the cadets and people really kind of storm the field, and they go to the end zone where their classmates are sitting in the stands. And the losing team sings their alma mater song first, and then the winning team sings second. And that's a tradition there. And you got both sides, all their players standing shoulder to shoulder doing that. And I don't care if again, I didn't go to the academies, but it hits you in the feels when you're down there with these young men.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it hits me when I see all of you that served getting emotional in a situation like that. And as I've mentioned again, I pull for all of you.
Yeah.
I do like seeing the competition. All right, this is going to be pretty quick. Got some right to left in it. I don't think he quite got that one there.
Oh,
good line,
good
though.
line. Ooh.
You're working on that handicap. You don't want them all going in. You're working on that handicap. Match already over. All right, Matthew Bailey grinding it out here. He'd love nothing more than to get this match all square with James Sadler. Now, did you guys have input on designing these shirts? Because they really look cool. Or do they just come in and say, here's what you're going with?
No, Josh Payton and I, we actually came up with the patterns, so you kind of look like little fairways and greens.
Yeah, it's camo, but it does look like holes on there.
Yeah,
and,
topo,
like
like
great.
a topo map view.
Well, miracles do happen. Y'all got that one across the finish line.
A little bit. Yeah, the amazing thing is, you know what? I can't believe, the AFES, which is the military Walmarts, the stores on the bases are, they're going to be carrying these.
Oh, that's so cool. I had no idea.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. Greg Norman, shop down in Charleston, I got a picture from someone stationed down there and said, hey, look what I see. This apparel there. So.
Well, you guys got me a nice care package, and I'll proudly wear it. I can assure you that, especially with the American flag on the left sleeve. All right, big putt here for Matthew Bailey. Got to have a little left to right in it. Work down towards that creek. I'll be a little slower than he thinks. Oh, good
just
putt.
Got it in. Perfect.
Yeah, really nice. So he wins the hole. takes this match to all square. That's Matthew Bailey and James Sadler all square, headed to the 16th hole. All right, we'll head back up to the tee here at 15. That's a good look at the way this hole is shaped.
That's right.
Got a little cut. That's ideal.
True.
And with it being downhill, it plays less than that 297. So the stronger players definitely don't need a fairway metal or certainly not a driver.
A lot of folks try to take it over that last bend in the creek down there.
Well, this is Bryce Krause. He's 3 up in his match over Mike Benny. If you're 3 up, you definitely don't need to take on any risk unless you're looking to lay the hammer down. Sometimes you got to lay that hammer down.
Ooh.
Now, this is our final group. We're going to follow their play in. So we'll get to see a little bit more of this golf course as we work to a conclusion of this second and final day, the Armed Forces Cup. Mike Benny.
United States Marine Corps. Flew helicopters.
I still haven't figured out how helicopters fly. I've had people explain it to me.
Uh-oh.
I look at it, and it just don't make any sense, Joe.
Uh-oh. Oh, that one, a double skip down the cart path. I did that the other day, but got it,
You spent much time in helicopters?
I have, in the back, not in the front. They didn't let me fly.
That's probably
I tried.
Pretty good idea on their part.
I tried to branch aviation. They denied me.
Man, those things scare me. I know the pilots have got to be awfully smart to make those things fly.
Yeah, definitely.
I like a little cut action right there.
Right. Oh, that is a prime location. That is yes.
Did you see that he opened up over there on the left, got it back in his stance with the driver, off-speed slider? It was beautiful. Now, this is Sean Newman. It was Eric Lindback, by the way, with the off-speed action.
Perfect tee shot that he had. Eric. Sean, United States Army.
Well,
he's that one looks like it might be going a little left as well. These guys are definitely trying to keep it.
Oh, that's perfect there.
That thing landed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, missed the bird back there. That's good.
What is that, a pterodactyl? That thing would be good in a Traeger, whatever it is. Sean Newman is 4 down in this match to Eric Lindback. What is that? You're
a crane.
Yeah, a crane. That's what I was going to say. I have no idea what that is. One of those things you put out in your yard when you have a baby, right? A flamingo. It's not a flamingo.
No, that one's not pink. That's around here we call them targets.
I imagine you get in trouble taking cranes out. I do a bit of fly fishing. I know you see those long-beaked birds. They like the trout. I'm not a big fan of those long-beaked birds. I catch a lot of trout that have been speared in the back. Well, let's fly our drone down through here. You want to do that, Joe?
Yeah. So a perfect tee shot there would be down the middle where that center shadow is, and you know what? Normally it gives you a easy wedge or 100-yard shot in. Anything here in this creek is it's tough play.
So you're saying the creek's not the place to go?
No, definitely want to be there.
That's why they flew you here, for this astute analysis, wasn't it?
Well,
don't hit it in the creek, folks.
I explained. You know what? If you can double skip it down the cart path, you're a super accomplished player. Because that cart path isn't straight. It's got a lot of curves.
Right? Yeah. That's true. It's got a nice tilt left to right, so it works back towards the fairway. That's where I'd be, over there in the shade.
Shots like this are tough because, you know, the ball's going to be, or you're going to be standing down, you know, downhill. And you definitely want to hit something with some loft to get up and over the creek. But
hard to put spin on it coming out of even just a little bit of rough. It's the water, the moisture in the grass that fills the grooves up, and it essentially makes the grooves go away, and that's why balls coming out of the rough don't have much spin on them. So like in the fall when the grass is dormant, you don't get as much of we call that a flyer, where the ball just takes off like that one day and it goes farther than it normally does. It doesn't have any backspin on it. When the grass is dormant, it's not as big an impact. This time of year when there's a lot of water in that grass and it's bright green, that's where you can hit the really nasty flyers. And that's really what it is. The moisture, the water fills up the grooves and they effectively go away. I know this because I've spent a lot of time in the rough in my playing career. I didn't lead the PGA Tour in a lot of stats, but other fairways hit was typically one that I was very good at. I hit it so far off with my driver, you couldn't believe it, Joe. But I met a lot of people. That was a fake club slam right there. Yeah. You know, I mean, if you're going to slam one, let's go ahead and slam it. That was like I'll just drop it.
Yeah, be committed to the process.
Right. I mean, that club doesn't even know that he's mad at it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to slam a club, the club needs to get some kind of bruise or a ding so it knows, don't do this again.
Mike Binney from the pine straw and the shade. So at least he's getting a chance to get out of the sun a little bit. Okay. Staring it down. Okay.
That's pretty
Not
good
bad.
out of
Real
there.
Good.
People ask me, especially folks that grew up when there wasn't much pine straw around, and they're like, well, how do I hit it out of the pine straw? And I'm like, well, you just hit it. You're way overthinking. Well, this is going to come out funny. No. The only thing you might do in the pine straw is just kind of make sure you dig your feet in a little bit so you don't slide. But it's not really different than hitting from anywhere else. Just hit it. Boy, that was a great drive there by Eric Lindback. And again, he is 4 up over Sean Newman. Oh, good action there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, kind of kept it low.
Subtle.
Nice, solid contact. I like the yellow golf ball. We were talking a little bit about getting a little long in the tooth, and I found that I can see yellow golf balls a lot easier. So like if 4 people are playing, I'm hitting the yellow ball, look up on the green, and 4 balls are on the green, I can only see the yellow one. I think it's a pretty good way to go. I like how the club here has this area tightly mown. You kind of make a choice. I putt it, do I pitch it? I like that players have the option to go one way or the other with it. Uh-oh. That's not position A.
No.
Sean Newman is up there. I can't believe he found it, Joe.
That's incredible. That's the second time folks have been looking for a ball up there. Oh, and
he's going with a laser. It's 39 yards, and he's going with a laser. Oh, it cracks me up. How far is it? 17 yards. I don't really care till I get outside of about 120.
Oh, here comes the shot.
Must have got bad yardage, bad laser.
Oh man, laser must have bounced off one of them reeds in front of him. Huh. Well, but at least he got it out of there.
Wonder if he's going to laser that next one from out of that creek. All right, Mike Benny.
United States Marine Corps.
He could use a good one right here. Well, it's always tough chipping, though, when you got that water just past the flagstick. I mean, even if you're a professional, you kind of got it in the back of your mind. Then you got somebody trying to walk in front of you. Easy to get a little chunky with this and come up short. Let's see how he does. Yeah, that's a tendency when you got water past. There's a pretty cool shot you can play from positions like this. If you take like a 7-iron, Joe, and you put a putting grip on it and you hold the shaft very vertical, and you just kind of hit it like off the toe, try and almost hit it out past the edge of the grooves, and it'll fly down to the edge of that green, and it doesn't have any spin on it, and then it kind of one hops and gets on the green and rolls out. Is kind of a fun way to do it.
Yeah.
If you feel nervy at all, that's definitely a way to go. A lot of people don't think about that. The angle of the shaft in the short game is really, really kind of critical. If you go vertical with the shaft, you can kind of get the toe down and deaden things. If you need to spin it, you can hold the handle low. Like, see, that got him that water beyond.
Oh, no.
But you can kind of hold the handle a little bit lower, change the angle. You come in and put a little more spin on it, a little more hand action. There's a lot of nuance in the game around the greens that a lot of people don't think of. I was able to spend a little bit of time one day actually with Masters champion Larry Mize, product of Georgia. He's from over in Columbus, and he was talking to me about how much he learned on the short game from watching Seve practice. And, of course, Seve, amazing here in town, the two-time Masters champion, and it was just a genius around the greens. But he always varied greatly the angle of the shaft, short game, cool little shots around the green. He'd actually think about it. I'm going to hitting a chip. I'm going to put hook spin on it or cut spin on it or no spin on it.
Oh, look at this one just come up.
That's a nice play there.
Yeah. So I've been very blessed to have a good friend here. He's an Air Force veteran, and he's a retired Augusta National caddy. He's a caddy of the year 5 times.
Wow.
Top dog out there, and he's always taken a lot of interest in helping me improve my game, and he's shown me a lot of short game tips around the greens, and from his experience of working at Augusta National.
Well, that's awfully valuable information, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike Benny.
He's got Mike Benny's going to have a putt to win the hole, and he needs it because he's 3 down.
Well, those nice no bull golf shoes are supplied to the players. Benny's opted to wear. Here comes his putt.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's good. All right, so Mike Benny remains 3 down to Brian Krause.
Ooh.
And the Lindback-Newman match will continue as well. We're going to go to a different hole now.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and follow this group in. And here's a look.
So a good tee shot. If you want to gamble it, take it between that oak tree and the wood line on the right Most players are going to probably play it safe, say left of the bunker. You kind of want to be able to land up on this top of this hill here, and it gives you a level elevation shot to this green.
Yeah, beautiful piece of property.
Yeah. So that green there is has a huge false front. You hit short, that thing's going down another 30 yards downhill. So,
well, if you got a slice in the bag, this is a place to.
That's right.
Give it a shot. Yeah, for our viewers out there, Joe was telling me one time he pulled off going between the oak tree. It's inside of this corner and the tree's on the right. He said one time he's pulled it off, and now he's saying that's the play.
Well,
you're like one for 10,000.
Charlie, I did it playing with two of our Army past AFC champions.
Yeah.
So, I'll just say, look, this is how I would do it. And sure enough, they did it too. So
you all pulled it off?
Yeah, three of us. Yep.
Wow.
It was great.
Did you have any witnesses for your pulling it off?
Yes, they were with me. Tom Gavin from Black Rifle Coffee was with us.
I'm very excited about that. I've never tried Black Rifle Coffee. I love supporting the cause, and there was some of it I'm staying in the cabin with him this week, and he left some out, and I was packing up this afternoon, and I stole some of it. I think he's going to not miss it.
It's great stuff.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, Brian Krause and Michael Benny. Crunch time.
Okay.
Bryce Krause is it's called Dormy. Dormy's a good thing. If you are up the same number of holes that you have left in your match, that is Dormy, and that means you cannot lose.
That's exactly where Bryce needed to be.
An update there, the Sean Newman, Eric Lindback match. Lindback won that match 5-3 for Navy over Army, so I know that's a sweet victory.
Looks like Mike Benny was trying to go for the gap there. Oh, but he does hit a draw, so it's out in the middle. It's not bad.
Well, Joe, let's have a little update after we watch this T-ball here. This is going to be a great little power fade. I love that little power fade. Here's how things stand, and it's looking great for Air Force right now. Air Force with 11.5 points on the board. Army in second with 10. Navy in third with 7.5. The Marine Corps at fourth with 5.5, tied with Coast Guard also with 5.5. So Air Force opened up a little separation, looking like Army might not go for 3 consecutive Armed Forces Cups.
Ooh. But the action's not quite over yet.
Well, it ain't over, that's for sure.
You got to get some points.
You're not giving up. You Army guys don't give up, do you?
That's right. Another look at this hole. Most folks are going to want to land on top of this plateau up here. Fairway does run downhill to this low point, and then it comes back uphill. Like I said, it's pretty deep bunkers here.
Yeah, I got a tip for you when you're playing a Jack Nicklaus design golf course like this. Jack Nicklaus always rewards you if you hit the ball the right distance. And so work really hard. You have to work just as hard on the distance as you do the line, as opposed to, let's say, a old school Donald Ross golf course we'll see here at the U.S. Open in Pinehurst coming up 2 weeks, I guess. 3 weeks. A Donald Ross golf course,
Uh-oh.
You're a lot better off, Joe, if you leave the ball always between you and the hole.
Gotcha.
Because most of the time the green's pitched from back to front. And if you hit it hole high, left or right on a Donald Ross course, you've got the putt that breaks the most. And Jack Nicklaus is exactly the opposite. With his golf courses, typically if you hit it hole high, you have the flattest putt. And so it kind of pays to, as you can learn a little more about the game, to understand some of the different architects and the challenges they present and the way they looked at the game a good bit differently. And some of the older school golf courses, that's still a pretty good way to approach. In other words, if you got a 7 or an 8 iron and you're playing a Donald Ross golf course, you better hit the 8 iron. If you got a 7 or an 8 iron and you're playing a Jack Nicklaus golf course, you better hit the 7 iron. So get it to the hole.
That's a great tip for the folks who are listening. Bryce Krause.
Boy, he's strong. Good setup.
I do not see the ball. So.
Yeah, Eric Lindback. He tried your route. He tried to go over there between those.
He tried.
I don't think he's got much from here. When I first looked at that shirt, I thought, man, that's a long ponytail he's got. Well, it looked like he hit a good one right there.
Coming back towards
and getting
the hole.
better. How about that?
Ah.
Wow, what a really nice play. I didn't think he could slice it around that tree enough to get it even on the green, much less close to the hole. That was a beautiful shot.
That's one of those shots he's going to remember playing here. Mike Benny, United States Marine Corps. Oh, he's hit one close. Right to the center ridge of the green there. So, and Benny picking up his collection of irons that he took out with him. Oh, no, wait, hang on. Excuse me, folks. I'm sorry. This is Michael Benny.
He needs something good to happen. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he was not impressed with that. But did it. Okay. Just uphill. It's going to have a downhill slider. It'll be a little fast going down to that hole. That last shot in. The ball in the center of the green was Sean Newman.
You know, one of the things, and I've only had a chance to play maybe a handful. One of the things that makes me proud of the United States military is the number of golf courses on bases across the world.
Yeah.
And I wish I knew the exact number. It seems like we have in the neighborhood of 300 or so golf courses around the world on military bases. That's a really nice benefit for men and women serving and here and abroad as well.
Correct. You know, they fall under morale, welfare, and recreation. They're on the bases. So here, Fort Eisenhower used to be called Fort Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a golf course designed by Pete Dye.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and there's Island Green out there, and you know, it's phenomenal. The VGA has used it for qualifier location in the past, and yeah.
I've had a chance to play on a couple of military bases, the honor to play in Hawaii, for example, and um, Atlanta. Actually, one time, I believe it was Naval Air Station Memphis.
Yeah.
I qualified for the what's now the FedEx at
Wow.
TPC Southwind and out in Memphis, and so I remember that golf course very fondly. But there really are some outstanding military golf courses. I've also heard that if the would it be base XO in charge of the base? If the base XO plays golf, then they're in a little better shape than if the base XO doesn't play golf.
That's correct. Got to control that budget.
Right, I understand that.
To do whatever he likes. Oh, look at this shot from down below. Great. Stay.
Nice pitch there.
Yep.
Man, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, and I really want to go back and visit with you the mission of the Veteran Golfers Association. And as a reminder, Joe Cayley here, along with being a board member, is a co-founder of the VGA, and ton of vision and passion, and the mission statement. I'm just going to read it right off of my card. The Veteran Golfers Association is dedicated to enriching the lives of veterans and their family members through the sportsmanship and camaraderie of golf. And you guys have been at it going back to 2014, 23,000 members of this organization. And Joe, you guys do a great job of sticking to that mission. The folks playing golf enjoy it, but you also really take the part about serving their families as well. And I know being able to help create this and see it grow and prosper is something that really means a lot to you, understanding how much this means to so many people.
It does. You know, if you were to ask me our first year, you know, we were always nervous that we wouldn't even have enough players to fill the field or, you know, have access to golf courses that would even want to be able to host, you know, VGA events. Because again, these aren't charity fundraising events. This is competition golf, right? And you know, last night at dinner, gentleman to your left, Admiral, Coast Guard Admiral, right? May was a participant in our very first national championship in 2014, and here he is now out here as the honorary captain for the Coast Guard. And to hear him say how excited he was to see the growth of the VGA, you know, really solidifies in me that, you know what, the hard work that our team puts in, we're doing the right things and we are impacting lives, you know. Drive around the golf course today and you're watching the players playing, their spouses, or some are walking or riding other golf carts, spectating. You know, these wives travel with their husbands, and you know what, you know, they're able to come together around this game of golf. So
absolutely amazing. And I know a lot of
good putt
vets as they come back from well, that match will be over there. So Bryce Krause will defeat Mike Benny in a match well played. Handshakes all around. I love the caps coming off as well.
That's right.
But I do know a lot of service members. I mean, essentially our country's been in a war stance for 20 plus years now, and it saddens me. A lot of us go about our daily lives and don't appreciate what's going on beyond our borders, and I imagine a lot within our borders we don't know about as well, and not as appreciative as we need to be of those that have served and serve. But I know as members of the military community come back to civilian life, a lot of times it's a struggle to find a way to engage in civilian life, and the VGA serves an amazing need and fulfilling that desire to be around fellow servicemen and women. And I know that over the years you've had some amazing things happen that tell you that this is very much worth the effort, and what you guys are doing is very much needed and appreciated, enjoyed, but necessary in a lot of occasions as well.
Yes, you're absolutely correct, Charlie. You know, I get to hear it from members personally when I travel to some events, and they'll pull me aside and tell me how much the VGA means to them, how it's changed their lives. For some, they'll even say it saved their lives, and at some point in their lives, they were in a low, dark place, and they found the VGA. They had the courage to sign up and go out to their first event. And you know what? Now they're amongst their brothers and sisters for 18 holes. Whatever problems they had, they left in the parking lot, right? And for 18 holes, and I'll say for some of our rounds that go 5+ hours. But you know what? That's 5+ hours of camaraderie.
Right. Where would you rather be, and
Exactly.
and who would you rather be with?
Exactly. And you know what? Yeah, their lives change, and you know what? They can't wait to get to the next event. They've made friends, and they start sharing contact information, and they want to become buddies, and they set goals. So well, this group here is now on the 17th tee. Guess they're just going to play.
Yeah, Joe. Well, let's have a look at 17, and then we'll pass along where we stand on the leaderboard. Beautiful par 3.
That's right. They're going to be hitting from an elevated tee position. Most of these shots, it's all downhill. You got one small round pot bunker front of the green, and a very large bunker to the left. Two smaller bunkers at the back rear. This green is tiered, so going uphill. The back quarter section is a kind of a bowl. If you do hit it long, you have an opportunity for the ball to come back down towards the pin. However, the pin location today is the lower left quadrant. This does give them a little bit of a backstop behind the flag.
Yeah, let's see if we see some good swings here. And while we watch this, I'm going to report the final results. Joe, the 2024 Armed Forces Cup is in the books, and victorious United States Air Force with 12.5 points. In second place, U.S. Army with 10 points, U.S. Navy in third with 7.5 points, U.S. Coast Guard with 6.5 points, and the U.S. Marine Corps in fifth place with 5.5 points. So there is some golf still being played. These matches are over. The Armed Forces Cup has concluded with Air Force on top. It's been another great year. A lot of folks other than you are happy that your Army hasn't won for a third consecutive year, but the Army has a great run, and they were in fact beat this year by Air Force. So congratulations as a co-founder and a board member on another great event.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. And congratulations, Team U.S. Air Force. That's great to see. On paper, I did have Air Force and the Coast Guard teams were top of my lists.
Mm-hmm.
You
could have gone over that before it started. You never let that out.
No.
See, I mean, you have to be, as an analyst, you got to, project that before the competition, not say how smart I was afterwards, Joe. See how this works?
Yeah, but when you were talking about how great some of the military golf courses are, a lot of them are on the Air Force bases. So
I understand.
I mean, they got
great pilots. They just kind of fly around and play golf. Is that what you're going at?
Yeah, great practice facilities.
Massage rooms, that sort of stuff.
Time off to do it.
I hear where the Army guys are doing all the work. Is what you're going to say.
I mean, I was telling the Air Force general, I said, "Gosh, I didn't realize when you graduate, as an officer in the Air Force, you also get a caddy.
I know. Keep the chatter going.
Yeah,
but
no. Congratulations, Air Force.
Yeah, great playing.
Wow.
Well, another thing I wanted to point out too is not only to the members of the VGA get a chance to compete. And you guys have events. You got local, you got state, regional, national championships, but you got some amazing venues. I've been involved with you guys for a few years now, and it's a real honor to be able to help out. But I've broadcast events from Baltusrol, from Ridgewood, from Pinehurst number 2. Here at Champions Retreat in Augusta is an amazing facility with 9 holes each from Palmer, Nicholas, and Gary Player. Absolutely beautiful. It hosts the Augusta National Women's Amateur every year that you see on Golf Channel. Right. These are amazing venues that you're taking our heroes to play golf at. I love it.
It is, and I'm always amazed each year when I see the some of our schedules, and I was like, wow. Again, when we started, we were just pleased if we were able to get on, a course. And now when I see places like Bethpage Black, Macklemore, that you're very familiar with, Erin Hills, Whistling Straits, these are, courses that you see on Golf Digest and whatnot. But and our players really enjoy that opportunity. To be able to visit these venues, but also at the same time, they're out there competing and earning points, throughout the season. And, I'm also very excited to see that, we're able to visit a lot of collegiate courses. Colleges have a lot of nice golf courses,
but not as nice as Air Force bases.
No.
I hear you, Joe. Well, listen, Joe, it's been a real pleasure to be with you here this week. I know you've got a lot of pride in this event, as you should, and also with Champions Retreat being here in your hometown and being a member here. So I love getting your insight on the golf course. And folks, the Armed Forces Cup, the action has concluded with Air Force being victorious here in 2024. But stick with us. We're going to be doing some interviews down behind the 18th green coming up here in just a few minutes. And we'll be showing you a little bit more coverage of that hole as well, too, even though the matches are over. We want to get some of our competitors a chance to slide into our live streaming. But stick with us. We'll be back here in a little bit.
Hi, my name is Josh Payton, and I'm the president of the Veteran Golfers Association. I would like to take a moment to personally welcome you to our VGA family. As a VGA member, you will have access to over 300 local golf tournaments per year to compete against other veterans and their family members. Additionally, you will have the opportunity, like thousands of other VGA members nationwide, to qualify for our national championship each fall. This experience would not be possible without our sponsors and the tireless dedication of hundreds of volunteer state and regional VGA directors on your behalf. So please thank them for their hard work when you get the chance to do so. Although the VGA is a competitive golf league, the spirit of this organization is more about camaraderie than it is the competition. I would like to wish you the best of luck on your quest to become a VGA champion, but more importantly, I encourage you to meet new battle buddies along the way. While you're out on the golf course with other VGA members, take an opportunity to shake their hands and thank them for their service, like I'm taking this opportunity to thank you for yours. Again, welcome to our VGA golfing family. It truly is more than just a game.
I think PTSD has a negative connotation to it. When you hear it, it just gives you a funny feeling. I think that post-traumatic growth is positive. It's a positive way to say that there's hope for these veterans that come back from difficult times and from hard experiences.
I was injured on March 8th, 2012 in Kandahar, pretty early on, 18 days into my deployment actually, and stepped on an IED. I lost both of my legs and suffered a bunch of internal injuries, a broken pelvis. The legs is the most obvious injury, but the internal injuries were the most complicated and severe. So most of my military career was actually spent at Walter Reed in the hospital recovering. But I'm very proud I served and glad I served, and I'll do it again.
Distraction is the biggest thing that golf really does. It focuses your attention away from your problems and back onto something constructive, even if that constructive thing is just going out and having fun. As soon as you start having fun again, you're really making headways into depression and PTSD symptoms.
Right now, 22 veterans commit suicide every day. It's a staggering number. It's an epidemic. With golf and veterans, I don't know, like I said, I think it saved my life.
So when I went in the Army, I did 3 tours in Iraq. So my unit, we did convoy security. 2007, we were out on a mission, and my truck was hit with an IED and caused traumatic brain injury to me.
And then what happened?
In 2021, I was diagnosed with bone cancer. So now I got a different outlook on life. Every day I wake up, it's a blessing. Just to live my life and be happy and try to make others happy. The VGA is incredible. You know, the VGAs gave me life. So last year, I was a team captain for Army at the Armed Forces Cup. And leading my team to victory was one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. And I've met people from every state. And I've got friends everywhere. And I love these guys. I love the VGA, what it represents.
We thrive on teamwork. And when we get out of the military, we are separated from our teams. We're together for 4 or 5 hours, golfing, laughing. Now you're my brother. It may keep a vet alive another day. That's why you have to have organizations like these. It's not about necessarily the golf. You get to be yourself finally. That's something a lot of vets haven't done in a long time.
A lot of men and women who serve around the country, they experience things that most human beings do not experience. And then they come back here and at times they feel lost. Veterans Golf Association is an organization that was created several years ago, and the purpose is that it's a community. Create this family around the great game of golf. And I think we all have an obligation to show the country what a veteran's all about. No greater way than the VGA.
Come on now. Come on. You finish your round, man. Come on back, dude.
Y'all last group?
Finish off, Doug.
I think PTSD has a negative connotation to it. When you hear it, it just gives you a funny feeling. I think that post-traumatic growth is positive. It's a positive way to say that there's hope for these veterans that come back from difficult times and from hard experiences.
I was injured on March 8th, 2012 in Kandahar, pretty early on, 18 days into my deployment actually, and stepped on an IED. I lost both of my legs and suffered a bunch of internal injuries, a broken pelvis. The legs are the most obvious injury, but the internal injuries are the most complicated and severe. So most of my military career was actually spent at Walter Reed in the hospital recovering. But I'm very proud I served and glad I served, and I'll do it again.
Distraction is the biggest thing that golf really does. It focuses your attention away from your problems and back onto something constructive, even if that constructive thing is just going out and having fun. As soon as you start having fun again, you're really making headways into depression and PTSD symptoms.
Right now, 22 veterans commit suicide every day. It's a staggering number. It's an epidemic. With golf and veterans, I don't know, like I said, I think it saved my life.
So when I went in the Army, I did 3 tours in Iraq. So my unit, we did convoy security. 2007, we were out on a mission, and my truck was hit with an IED and caused traumatic brain injury to me.
And then what happened?
In 2021, I was diagnosed with bone cancer. So now I got a different outlook on life. Every day I wake up, it's a blessing. Just want to live my life and be happy and try to make others happy. The VGA is incredible. You know, the VGAs gave me life. So last year, I was a team captain for Army at the Armed Forces Cup, and leading my team to victory was one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. And I've met people from every state, and I've got friends everywhere. And I love these guys. I love the VGA, what it represents.
We thrive on teamwork. And when we get out of the military, we are separated from our teams. We're together for 4 or 5 hours, golfing, laughing. Now you're my brother. It may keep a vet alive another day. That's why you have to have organizations like these. It's not about necessarily the golf. You get to be yourself finally. That's something a lot of vets haven't done in a long time.
A lot of men and women who serve our country, they experience things that most human beings do not experience. And then they come back here and at times they feel lost. Veterans Golf Association is an organization that was created several years ago, and the purpose is that it's a community. Create this family around the great game of golf. And I think we all have an obligation to show the country what a veteran's all about. No greater way than the VGA.
I think PTSD has a negative connotation to it. When you hear it, it just gives you a funny feeling. I think that post-traumatic growth is positive. It's a positive way to say that there's hope for these veterans that come back from difficult times and from hard experiences.
I was injured on March 8th, 2012 in Kandahar, pretty early on, 18 days into my deployment actually, and stepped on an IED. I lost both of my legs and suffered a bunch of internal injuries, a broken pelvis. The legs is the most obvious injury, but the internal injuries were the most complicated and severe. So most of my military career was actually spent at Walter Reed in the hospital recovering. But I'm very proud I served and glad I served, and I'll do it again.
Distraction is the biggest thing that golf really does. It focuses your attention away from your problems and back onto something constructive, even if that constructive thing is just going out and having fun. As soon as you start having fun again, you're really making headways into depression and PTSD symptoms.
Right now, 22 veterans commit suicide every day. It's a staggering number. It's an epidemic. With golf and veterans, I don't know, like I said, I think it saved my life.
So when I went in the Army, I did 3 tours in Iraq. So my unit, we did convoy security. 2007, we were out on a mission, and my truck was hit with an IED and caused traumatic brain injury to me.
And then what happened?
In 2021, I was diagnosed with bone cancer. So now I got a different outlook on life. Every day I wake up, it's a blessing just to live my life and be happy and try to make others happy. The VGA is incredible. You know, the VGAs gave me life. So last year, I was a team captain for Army at the Armed Forces Cup, and leading my team to victory was one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. And I've met people from every state, and I've got friends everywhere. And I love these guys. I love the VGA, what it represents.
We thrive on teamwork. And when we get out of the military, we are separated from our teams. We're together for 4 or 5 hours, golfing, laughing. Now you're my brother. It may keep a vet alive another day. That's why you have to have organizations like these. It's not about necessarily the golf. You get to be yourself finally. That's something a lot of vets haven't done in a long time.
A lot of men and women who serve our country, they experience things that most human beings do not experience. And then they come back here and at times they feel lost. Veterans Golf Association is an organization that was created several years ago, and the purpose is that it's a community. Create this family around the great game of golf. And I think we all have an obligation to show the country what a veteran's all about. No greater way than the VGA.
Hi, my name is Josh Payton, and I'm the president of the Veteran Golfers Association. I would like to take a moment to personally welcome you to our VGA family. As a VGA member, you'll have access to over 300 local golf tournaments per year to compete against other veterans and their family members. Additionally, you'll have the opportunity, like thousands of other VGA members nationwide, to qualify for our national championship each fall. This experience would not be possible without our sponsors and the tireless dedication of hundreds of volunteer state and regional VGA directors on your behalf. So please thank them for their hard work when you get the chance to do so. Although the VGA is a competitive golf league, the spirit of this organization is more about camaraderie than it is the competition. I would like to wish you the best of luck on your quest to become a VGA champion, but more importantly, I encourage you to meet new battle buddies along the way. While you're out on the golf course with other VGA members, take an opportunity to shake their hands and thank them for their service, like I'm taking this opportunity to thank you for yours. Again, welcome to our VGA golfing family. It truly is more than just a game.
All right, well, the bikes are hot. You ready to roll? All right.
So Joe and I are here on the he was the captain of Team Air Force, the victorious Team Air Force.
Yes.
Now you walked over here and grinning. Tell me about how much fun have you had being the team captain of the winning team this year?
Oh, it's been a blast. It's been a blast. We had a good time. Everybody was great. Everybody. We wanted to beat the Army, and we did. And that's all that matters. We had to beat the Army.
Well, it's an exciting day, exciting finish today. And so tell us how your season began, how you got involved in all this.
I got involved with some friends. They called me up. They called me one day. Get your computer back up. Here, and here we started September.
Wow, that's incredible. The judge says the reason this year, everybody knows, he says, everybody knows it works like Army does. That's what Joe says.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, you joined the Air Force for that problem. Don't get jealous. You know, don't. But when you need a ride, we're there for you.
That's right. What's your best memory? What's your best memory? Yeah.
You know, I do a lot of guys who just play VGA and stuff here.
Y'all play any mean tricks on anybody?
No.
Thought about it.
Yeah, we all.
So that aligns with camaraderie. That's camaraderie right there.
You know, everybody, congratulations to guys. Somebody you know, and in fact, you know, hey, congratulations, great job. So, you know, everybody has to respect that.
Folks, there you have it. That's a wrap for the 2024 Armed Forces Cup. Robert Pearsall, he is the captain of the victorious Air Force team. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you right back here next year. Joe, appreciate you, buddy. Great week.